Nonsense. The child's a Keller. She has the constitution of a goat. She'll outlive us all.
Yes, especially if some of you Kellers don't get a night's sleep. I mean you, Mrs. Keller.
You hear, Katie?
I hear.
I've brought up 2 of them already, but this one's my wife's first. She hasn't been battle-scarred yet.
Doctor, don't be merely considerate. Will my girl be all right?
By morning, she'll be knocking down Captain Keller's fences again.
And isn't there anything else we should do?
Put up stronger fencing, huh?
Just let her get well. She knows how to do it better than we do. Main thing is, fear is gone. These things come and go in infants. You never know why. Called acute congestion of the stomach and brain.
I'll see you to your buggy, Doctor.
I've never seen a baby more vitality. That's the truth.
Shh, don't you cry now. You've been trouble enough. Call it acute congestion indeed. I don't see what's so cute about a congestion just because it's yours. We'll have your father run an editorial about it in his paper, The Works of Modern Medicine. They don't know what they're curing, even when they cure it. My men and their battle scars, we women will have to. We'll have to. Helen? Helen? Captain? Captain, will you come? Captain! Helen! Captain!
Katie, what's wrong?
Look!
Katie, she's well. She needs only
Look at her
time.
eyes! She can't see! Look at her eyes!
Helen!
We're here. When I screamed, she didn't blink. Not an eyelash!
Helen! Helen!
She can't hear you!
Helen!
First, I'm going to cut this doctor's legs off. 1, 2. Now then. Why are you cutting off that doctor's legs? I'm going to give him an operation. Now I'm going to cut his arms off. 1, 2. Now I'm going to fix up. You stop that.
Cut off the stomach. That's a good operation.
No, I'm going to cut his head off. He got a bad cold.
Ain't you that doctor fix up?
What'd you do? Bite her hand?
That's how I do. She keep poking that thing in my mouth and bite her right off.
What's she trying to do now?
She's trying to talk. She gonna get mad. Look at her trying to talk.
You stop now. Now you just sit quiet and...
Helen! Let me have them scissors.
She only dug Martha's eyes out. Almost dug. It's always almost. No point worrying until it happens, is there?
How does she stand it? For having you seen this boastful man? It's not a thing you can let go on and on like the weather.
The weather here doesn't ask permission of me, Aunt Ed. Speak to my father.
Arthur? Something ought to be done for that child.
A refreshing suggestion. What?
Well, this very famous Arthur was from Baltimore I wrote you about. What was his name?
Dr. Chisholm.
Yes. After cases of blindness they thought couldn't be cured, he's cured. He does just wonders. Why don't you reckon?
I stopped believing in wonders.
I think the captain will write to him soon. Won't you, Captain?
No.
Good money after bad, bad after good, or bad after bad.
Well, if it's just a question of money, Arthur, you're a marshal now. You got this Yankee money. Might as well.
Not money. The child's been to specialists all over Alabama and Tennessee. If I thought it would do any good, I'd take it to every fool doctor in the country.
I think the captain will write to him soon.
Katie, how many times will you let them break your heart?
Any number of times.
What child?
As long as there's the least chance for her to see or hear.
Well, there isn't. Now I must finish here.
I think, with your permission, Captain, I'd like to ride.
I said no, Katie.
Writing does no harm, Arthur. Only an itty-bitty letter. See if the doctor can help her.
He can't.
You won't know that to be a fact, Captain, until after you ride.
Katie, I said he can't.
Father stands up, That makes it a fact.
You be quiet. I'm badgered enough by females without your penis. Katie! I might as well try to work in the hen yard as in this
You
house.
really ought to put her away, Father.
What?
Some asylum. It'd be the kindest thing.
She's your sister, James. Not just some nobody.
Half sister. And half mentally defective. She can't even keep herself clean. It's not pleasant to see her about.
Do you dare complain of what you can't see?
This discussion's at length. I'll beg you not to broach it again, Ev. I can't give my whole life to it. This house is at 6s and 7s from morning till night over the child. It's time some attention was paid to poor Mildred here.
You'll wake her, Captain.
All I want is some peace in this house. I don't care how, but one way we won't have it is by rushing up and down the country every time someone hears of a new quack. I'm just as sensible to this affliction as anyone else. It hurts me to look at the child.
It was not our affliction. I meant for you to write about, Captain.
Helen, my buttons.
Eyes? She wants the doll to have eyes.
My goodness me, I'm not decent.
She doesn't know any better on Ev. I'll sew them on again.
Never learn with everyone letting her do anything she takes into her mind.
You be quiet.
Now, what did I say now?
You talk too much.
I was agreeing with you.
Whatever it was, deprived child, the least she can have are the little things that she wants.
It's worth a couple buttons, Kate. Look, this child has more sense than any of these men killers. If only there was a way to reach that
Listen, oh, to do such a thing.
Katie.
How can I make you understand? I've done it before.
Katie, there must be a way of teaching her an iota of discipline without.
How can you teach an afflicted child? Is it her fault?
I never said it was her fault.
Then whose? I don't know what to do. How do I teach her? Beat her until she's black and blue?
Well, it's not safe letting her run around loose. There must be a way of confining her so that she...
Where? In a cage? She's a growing child. She has to use her limbs.
Then answer me one thing. Is it fair to poor Mildred?
Are you willing to put her away?
Now what?
She wants to talk. Be like you and me. Every day she slips further away, and I don't know how to call her back.
Oh, I will not take her to Baltimore myself. If that doctor can't help her, maybe he'll know who can.
I'll write the man, Katie.
Who could do nothing for the girl, of course. It was Dr. Bell who thought she might somehow be taught. I've written the family only a suitable governess. Miss Annie Sullivan has been found here in Boston, and will come. It will no doubt be difficult for you there, Annie, but it has been difficult for you at our school too. Gratifying, yes. When you come to us in Canasburning, to accomplish so much here in a few years, but always an Irish battle for independence. This is my last time to counsel you, Annie, and you do lack some. By some, I mean all. What tact or talent to men, to others? And what has saved you on more than one occasion here at Perkins is that there was nowhere to expel you to. Your eyes hurt?
My ears, Dr. Nanos.
Nowhere but back to Tewksbury, where children learn to be saucy. And I know how dreadful it was for you then. But that battle is then and done with. Why not let us take learning?
I think God will sow me a resurrection.
What?
Well, he keeps digging up that battle.
That is not the proper thing to say, Annie. It is what I mean.
Yes. I don't know what I'm like. What's this child like?
Blank.
Well, Bride you don't start off.
No one knows. And if she is, though, you have no patience with this?
Oh, grown-ups you have to, Dr. Nanos. And children just seem a little precocious. Can I use that word?
Only if you can spell it.
Premature. So I hope at least she's a bright one.
Deaf, blind, mute. She's like a little treasure. Love. that no one can open. Perhaps it's a treasure inside.
Maybe it's empty too.
Possible. I should warn you, she's much given to tantrums.
It means something is inside. Well, so am I. If I believe all I hear, maybe you should warn them.
Annie, I wrote them no word of your history now. You find yourself among strangers who know nothing of it.
Well, we'll keep them in a state of blessed ignorance.
Perhaps you should tell them,
Why? I have enough trouble people don't know.
so they'll understand when you have trouble.
The only time I have trouble is when I write. Isn't my fault so often? I won't give them trouble, Dr. Naros. Be so ladylike, they won't notice I've come.
Annie, be humble. It's not as if you have so many authors to pick and choose from. You'll need their affection working with this child.
I hope I won't need their pity.
We can all use some pity. So, you are no longer a pupil. We throw you out into the world, a teacher, if the child can be taught. No one expects you to work miracles, even for $25 a month. Now, in this envelope, a loan for the railroad, which you will repay me when you have a bank account. But in this box, a gift with our love. I think some friends are ready to say goodbye now.
Dr. Gnados. Dear Dr. Gnados, well, what should I say? I'm an ignorant, opinionated girl, and everything I am, I owe to you.
That is only half true.
Which half? I crawled in here like a drowned rat. I thought I died when Jimmy died. That I'd never again come alive. But he was saved with love so easy. And I haven't lived a soul since. Never will, I suppose. This place can be more than just my eyes back. I'm taught to get a spell, which I'll never learn anyway. With all the fights and trouble I've been here with, tell me what health is, and how to live again. I don't want to say goodbye. Don't open the door, I'm crying.
They will not see.
Annie?
Here, Beatrice.
There's a present. We bought you a going away present, Annie.
Oh, that you shouldn't have.
We did. We did. Where's the present?
Don't go, Annie. Away.
Alice has it. Alice, where's Alice? Here I am. Where? Here.
I have it. I have it. Everybody, should I open it?
Open it. Everybody be quiet too, Annie. She's opening it. Is it open, Annie?
It's open.
It's for your eyes, Annie. Put them on, Annie, because Mrs. Hopkins said your eyes hurt since your last operation. And she said you're going where the sun is fierce.
I'm putting them on now.
Don't go, Annie, where the sun is fierce.
Do they fit all right?
Oh, they fit just fine.
Did you put them on? Are they pretty, Annie?
Oh, my eyes feel 100% better already. And pretty. Why? Do you know how I look in them? Splendid, like a racehorse.
Here's another present. Beatrice, we have a present for Helen, too. Give it to her, Beatrice. Here, Annie. It's for Helen. And we took up a collection to buy it, and Julia dressed it.
It's beautiful.
So don't forget, you be sure to give it to Helen, from us, Annie.
I promise. It'll be the first thing I give to her. If I don't give it for myself, it is. You know I can't be trusted with dolls.
Don't go, Annie, to her.
Julia, dear, I don't want to go.
And why are you going?
Because I'm a big girl now. Big girls have to earn a living. It's the only way I can. But if you'll smile for me first, we'll have to do is just
What?
put you in my suitcase instead of the stall and take you to Helen, Alabama.
Come, children. We have to get the trunk into the carriage and Annie into a train and no one to Alabama. Come.
Where are we going, Annie?
Jimmy,
Where are we going?
I said I'm taking care of you.
Forever and ever?
Annie Sullivan, age 9, virtually blind. James Sullivan, age 7. What's the matter with your legs, Sonny?
Forever and ever.
Can't you walk without that crutch? Girl goes to women's ward, boys to men's.
Annie, don't let them take me, Annie.
Coming.
Let Mr. Jimmy go by himself. You've been poking on that garden all day. You are restive feet.
I can't wait to see her body.
And maybe she's not going to be on this train either.
And maybe she is.
Maybe she ain't.
And maybe she is. Where's Helen?
She's upstairs smelling around. She knows something's funny going on.
Let her have her supper as soon as Mildred's in bed. And tell the captain we'll be delayed tonight.
Again.
I don't think we need to say again. Simply delayed will do.
I mean, that's what he's gonna say. What? Again?
Yes, we're expecting someone. Someone from my heaven. Oh dear, this was cleaned out an hour ago. Here, for while I'm gone, I don't think one peppermint drop's gonna spoil your supper.
Jimmy,
Sir?
you don't look dressed for anything useful, boy.
I'm not. To Miss Sullivan.
Needn't keep holding up that phone. I asked you to see that those strawberry plants were moved by this evening.
Moving your Mrs. Keller instead to the station.
Mrs. Keller, must you always speak of her as if you never met the woman?
Mother. I said mother.
Captain,
Evening, my dear.
we're off to meet the train. Supper will be a trifle delayed tonight.
What, again?
With your permission, Captain?
What you want, honey? Your mama? I guess one tea cake won't ruin your appetite.
She's gone. She's gone. My son and I don't get along very well. You don't know him, your father. Nobody likes me. And supper's delayed. Here, I brought you some stick candy. I'm sure a tiny nibble of sweets wouldn't harm your appetite.
Now, Captain Keller, how am I supposed to get her to eat her something if you kick up out with that trash?
Tend to your work!
Miss Sullivan?
Here, at last. I've been on train so many days, lots of me backing up every time I doze off.
I'm James Keller.
James, I had a brother, Jimmy. Are you Helen's?
I'm only half a brother. You're to be her governess?
Well, try.
You look like half a governess. Mrs. Keller, Miss Sullivan.
We've been every train for 2 days.
I changed trains every time they stopped. The man who sold me that ticket or the tied to the tracks.
You have a trunk, Miss Sullivan?
Yes, thank you. You didn't bring Helen.
No, she's home.
You live far from town, Mrs. Keller.
Only a mile.
Well, I suppose I can wait 1 more mile. But don't be surprised if I'd have to push the horse myself.
Helen's waiting for you, too. There's been such a bustle in the house. She expects something. Heaven knows what. I expected a desiccated spinster. You're very young.
Oh, you should have seen me when I left Boston. I'm much older on this trip.
I mean, to teach anyone as difficult as Helen.
I mean to try, but I can't put you in jail for trying.
Is it possible even to teach a deaf, blind child half of what an ordinary child learns? Has that ever been done?
Half?
A tenth?
No. Dr. Howe did wonders. And I thought when I was going over his reports, he never treated them like ordinary children. More like eggs, everyone was afraid would break.
May I ask how old you are?
Well, I'm not to my teens, you know. I'm 20.
All of 20.
Mrs. Keller, don't lose heart just because I'm on to my last legs. I have 3 big advantages over Dr. Howe. Money couldn't buy for you. 1, his work behind me. Every word the man wrote, it wasn't exactly what you call a man of few words. Another is to be young. Why? I have energy to do anything. The third is, I've been blind.
Advantages?
Well, some have the luck of the Irishman, some do not.
What will you try to teach her first?
First, last, and in between, language.
Language?
Language is the mind, more than life is the eye. Dr. Howe said that.
Language? We can't even get through to her to sit still. You are young despite your years to have such confidence. Do you, inside?
No. To tell you the truth, I'm as shaky inside as baby's rattle.
Don't be. We'll do everything we can to help and to make you feel at home. Don't think of us as strangers, Miss Annie.
Oh, strangers aren't so strange to me. I've known them all my life.
Welcome to Abbey Green, Miss Sullivan. I take it you are Miss Sullivan.
My husband, Miss Annie, Captain Keller.
Captain, how do you do?
A pleasure to see you at last. I trust you had an agreeable journey.
Oh, I had several. When did this country get so big?
Rode like the trunks, Father.
Where Miss Sullivan can get at it, I'd imagine.
Yes, please. Where's Helen?
In the hall, Jim.
We put you in the upstairs corner room. If there's any breeze at all this summer, you'll feel it.
In the suitcase?
I'd like it.
Not at all, I have.
Let me.
I couldn't think of it. You'll see
I've
Miss
got
Sullivan.
something made for Helen. Thank you. When do I see her?
There. There is Helen. Like a captain.
Certainly a very peculiar kind of young woman. How old is she?
Well, she's not in her teens, you know.
She's only a child. What's her family like sending her down this far south?
I couldn't find out. She's very close-mouthed about some things.
And why does she wear those glasses? I like to see a person's eyes when I talk to them.
For the sun, she was blind.
Blind?
She's had 9 operations on her eyes. One just before she left.
My good heavens, do you expect one blind child to teach another? Has she experience at least? How long has she worked there?
She was a pupil.
You're telling me this is her first position?
She was valedictorian.
Kay, here's a house full of grown-ups can't cope with the child, and you expect an inexperienced, half-blind Yankee schoolgirl to manage her?
Great improvement. Now we got 2 of them to look after.
You look after those strawberry plants.
Nothing I say is right.
Why say anything? Don't be long, Captain. Someone will be ready right away.
All the trouble I went to. And that's how I look. not the drawers. All right, Mr. O'Sullivan. Let's begin with doll. D. O. N. N. Doll.
You spell pretty well. Find out she's ticklish? She is. What is it? A game?
An alphabet.
Alphabet?
For the deaf. Oh, how bright she is.
You really think she knows what she's doing? She imitates everything. She's a monkey.
Yes, she's a bright little monkey, all right.
She wants her doll back.
When she spells it.
Spell? She don't even know that thing have a name.
Of course not. Who expects her to now? All I want is her fingers to learn the letters.
It won't mean anything to her. Doesn't like that alphabet, Miss Sullivan. You invent it yourself?
Spanish monks and our vow of silence, which I wish you'd take. Cake. From Washington up north. It's the best I can do. C-A-K-E. Do what my fingers do. Never mind what it means. Get it down fast. Be else look back too. Now. D. O. L. L. Think it over. N. Imitate now, understand later. End of first. You little wretch! There's no one touch when he matters. Helen? Helen! Helen, let me out of here!
Some teacher she is.
Don't worry. We'll find you. Not lost, only out of place. I'm toothless. Oh, it hurts.
It hurts, Eddie, it hurts. Keep that brat shut up, can't you, girlie? How's it going to get any sleep in this damn ward?
It hurts! It hurts!
Shut up, you!
Annie, let her be going home. You promised.
Jimmy.
Forever and ever. You said forever. Annie. Annie, you there? Annie! It hurts!
Oh, he's falling!
Annie!
Little girl, I must tell you, your brother be going on a long trip to.
Supper's ready, Jimmy. Will you call your father?
Certainly. Father, supper!
No need to shout. I've been cooling my heels for an hour. Sit down.
Certainly.
Vani.
Yes, Cam, right here.
Milk went directly to sleep, Vonnie.
Oh, yes, that babe's an angel.
And Helen had a good supper.
I don't know, Miss Kiss. Somehow she didn't have much of an appetite tonight.
Oh, dear.
Well, I can't say the same for my pop. I'm finished. Hey, your plate.
But where's Miss Annie?
In her room.
In her room. Doesn't she know hot food must be eaten hot? Go upstairs and bring her down at once.
Certainly. I'll get a ladder.
What?
I'll need a ladder. It shouldn't take me long.
What should take?
Jimmy, follow instructions. Go upstairs and tell Miss Sullivan that supper is getting cold.
She's locked in her room.
Locked in her
What
what?
on earth are you?
Helen locked her in and made off with the key.
And you sit here and say nothing?
Well, everyone's been telling me not to say anything.
Fanny, look up after Helen and see if she has that key.
Yes, Miss Kate.
But she's out by the pump. Miss Sullivan, are you in there?
Oh, I'm in here, all right.
Is there no key on your side?
Well, if there was a key in here, I wouldn't be here. Helen took it. The only thing on my side is me.
Miss Sullivan, not 10 minutes in this house, I can't see how you managed it.
Even I'm not on my side.
Bonnie,
Yes, Cat.
put that meat back in the oven.
Yes, Cat.
She has no key.
Katie, she must have that key. Have you searched her pockets?
Yes, and she has no key.
She must have that key.
Would you prefer to search it yourself, Captain?
No, I would not prefer to search her. She nearly took off my kneecaps this evening when I meant, take that ladder back.
Certainly.
She could have hidden the key.
Where?
Anywhere. Under a stone, in the flower beds, in the grass.
Well, I can't out the entire grounds for one missing key. Jimmy!
Sir.
Bring me a ladder!
Certainly.
What is Mildred doing up?
Captain won't come in with all that hollering.
Miss Sullivan,
Captain Keller,
I'd like you to come out.
I don't see I can. There isn't room.
I intend to carry you out on my shoulders. Simply hold tight.
Oh, no, it's very shoelessy, but I really prefer to...
Miss Sullivan, follow instructions. I won't have you tumbling out of our windows. I hope this is not what we may expect from you in the process of simplifying the work for Helen.
Captain Keller, I'm perfectly able to go down a ladder under my own...
I doubt it, Miss Sullivan. Simply hold on to my neck. My neck, Miss Sullivan.
I'm sorry to inconvenience you this way.
No inconvenience. Just the matter of taking that door down and having the locks replaced if we can't find that missing key.
Oh, we'll look for a report.
Thank you. Just not in any rooms that can be locked.
Thank you very much.
Go! What are you looking at? There's nothing for you to look at! Now can we just have supper like ordinary people?
Fanny, serve supper. I'll put Mildred to bed.
Might as well leave the L-A-D-D-E-R.
Ooh, devil. Not so easily gotten rid of. A thing or two to learn first. I have nothing to do and nowhere to go. Nobody here has attempted to control her. The greatest problem I have is how to discipline her without breaking her spirit. But I shall insist on ink. Ink, it has a name. down, under, up. Mind me. Down, under, up. Fine. You keep out of the ink. Perhaps I keep out of soup. These locks are her handiwork. Right, let's try temperance. Bad girl. Good girl. Very good girl.
What are you saying to her?
Oh, I was just making conversation, saying it was sewing hard.
What does that? Leave that to her?
No. She won't know what spelling is. She knows what the word is.
Yet you keep spelling to her. Why?
I like to hear myself talk.
The captain says it's like spelling to a fence post.
Does he now?
Is it?
No. That's why I want you to talk to Mildred.
Mildred?
Anything. Gibberish. Grown-up gibberish. Maybe talk gibberish. Do they understand where to start? No. But somehow they begin to. If they hear it, I'm letting Helen hear it.
Other children are not impaired.
Oh, there's nothing impaired in that. Looks like a mousetrap.
But after a child learns how many words, Miss Annie? A million?
Guess the mother's never mind enough to count.
What did she spell?
I spelled card, and she spelled cake. No. It's only a finger to her, Mrs. Keller. But she has to learn first, so things have names.
And when will she learn it?
Maybe after I've been needed one words.
I should like to learn those letters, Miss Annie.
I'll teach you tomorrow morning. It's only half a million each.
It's a bedtime. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Annie.
What is she reward? For stabbing me?
Well, you catch our flies with honey, I'm afraid. We haven't the heart for much else. Just so many times, she simply cannot be compelled.
Yes, I'm the same way myself. The more I think, the more certain I am that obedience is the gateway through which knowledge enters the mind of the child.
Breakfast ready!
Well, but shouldn't we give the devil his due, Father? I mean, the fact is, we lost the South 2 years earlier when the outlaw was behind Vicksburg.
Outlaw is a peculiar word for a butcher.
Honest maker, wasn't he?
I said butcher. His only virtue as a soldier was numbers, and he led them to slaughter with no more regard than for so many sheep.
But even in that sense, he was a butcher. The fact is that he...
And a drunken one half the war.
Agreed, Father. If his own people said he was, they can't argue that he...
What is it you find to admire in such a man, Jimmy? The butchery or the drunkenness?
Neither, Father. Only the fact that he beat us.
He didn't.
Is your contention you won the war, sir?
He didn't beat us at Vicksburg. We lost Vicksburg because Pendleton gave Bragg 5,000 of his cavalry, and Loring, whom I knew for a nincompoop before you were born, marched away from Champion's Hill with enough men to have held them. We lost Vicksburg by stupidity verging on treason.
I would have said we lost Vicksburg because Grant was one thing. No Yankee general was before him.
Drunk? I doubt it.
Obstinate.
Obstinate? Can any of them in that sense even compare to old Stonewall? If he'd been there, we'd still have Vicksburg.
Well, the butcher simply wouldn't give up. He tried 4 ways to get him around Vicksburg. If he tried, he got around. Anyone else would have pulled north, and
he wouldn't have gotten around if we had a Southern command instead of a half Yankee trader like Hamilton. What? Whoa, what's the matter there?
Miss Annie, you see, she's accustomed to having this.
Yes, but I'm not accustomed to it.
No, of course not. Bonnie!
Give her something, Jimmy. It's quiet.
So the table manners are the best she has. Well,
Miss Sullivan, let her this time. It's the only way we get the adult conversation. If my son has merits that description, I'll bring you another.
Late, thank you.
Bonnie, I'm afraid what Captain says is only too true. She'll persist in this until she gets her way.
Bonnie, bring Miss Sullivan
I
another plate.
have picked up this one plate I have. I intend to keep it.
you see why they took Vicksburg?
Miss Sullivan, one plate or another is hardly a matter to struggle with the proud
Oh,
child.
I'd sooner have more brooch myself.
Now she hurt herself.
Oh, she hasn't.
Would you please let her hands go?
Miss Annie, you don't know the child well enough yet.
I know an ordinary tangible when I see one, and a badly spoiled child.
Yeah.
Miss Sullivan, you'd have more understanding of your pupil if you had some pity in you. Now, can you do as I?
Pity for this tyrant. The whole house turns to her wings. Is there anything she wants she doesn't get? I'll tell you what I pity. A son will rise set her all her life. And every day you're telling her it will. What do your pity do to her when you're under the strawberries, Captain Keller?
Pity, for the love of heaven, will you just
Miss Annie, I don't think it serves
It
to
does you good. That's all. It's less she will feel sorry for her and see if anything better, isn't it?
I fail to see where you've taught her anything yet, Miss Sullivan.
I'll begin this minute if you leave the room, Captain Keller.
Leave the room, why?
Everyone, please!
Miss Sullivan, you are here only as a paid instructor. Nothing more, and not to lecture.
I can't unteach her 6 years of pity. It's up to one tantrum. Oh, Stonewall, indeed. Mrs. Keller promised me help.
Indeed, I did. We truly want to.
Then leave me alone with her now.
Katie, will you join me outside at once, please?
Heaven's sake!
Out, please!
It takes all summer, General.
This girl, this hub of a girl, presumes. I tell you, I would have a mind to ship her back to Boston before the week is out, and you can inform her so from me.
Captain.
She's a hard help. Now I want it clear. Unless there's an apology and a radical change in Anna, she goes on the next train back. Will you make that quack there?
And where will you be, Captain? Well, I'm making it quite clear.
At the office!
William? I thought she was exceptionally intelligent. I've been saying it for years.
To her face. Or will you take it, Jimmy, as a flag? called.
You heard Miss Kate say you never mind what's going on here. Go on, tend to your business. Go, shoot.
Say what you like, Kate, but that child is a Keller. Need it remind you that all Kellers are cousins to General Robert E. Lee. I don't know who that girl is. The only Sylvan I've heard of. From Boston, too, and I think twice before locking her up with that kind. The man John L.
You give me her, Miss Kate. I'll sneak it back to her crib.
This child never gives up in his word.
That's right. This child's the angel of the family. No doubt about that.
What happened?
She ate her own plate. She ate the spoon herself. She folded her napkin.
Folded her napkin.
The room is a wreck. Her napkin is full. I'll be in my room, Mrs. Keller.
Don't be long, Miss Annie. So we'll be ready right away.
Folded her napkin. My heaven. Folded her napkin.
Annie, you there?
Hush.
Annie, what's that noise?
Just caught Jimmy.
Where are they pushing it?
To the dead house.
Annie, does it hurt to be dead?
There are schools. There are schools outside. Schools where they teach blind ones worse than you to read and write. There are schools outside where there are schools.
You ain't going to school, are you, Annie?
I said I'm going to school when I go up.
You ain't either. You said you're going to stay here and take care of me.
No, I said I'm going to school when I go up.
You said we'd be together forever and ever and ever.
I said I'm going to school when I go up.
Little girl, I must tell you, your brother will be going on a long journey soon.
Annie!
Goodbye, Annie.
Write me when you learn how.
Don't tell anyone you came from here. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone you came from here. Yeah, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone.
Annie, it hurts to be dead. Forever.
Katie, I can't have it. Now, did you not see that girl after supper went to go look for Helen in her room?
No.
The child practically climbed out of the window to escape from her. What kind of teacher is she? I thought I had seen her at her work shouting at me, but I come home to find the entire house disorganized by her. Helen won't stay 10 minutes in the same room as her, won't come down to the table with her, won't be bathed, undressed, or put to bed by her, or even by Viney now. And the end result is that you have to put in more work for the child than before we hired this girl for her services. Ever since she stepped off that train, she's been nothing but a burden. Incompetent, impertinent, immodest, ineffectual.
She folded her napkin, Captain.
What?
Not ineffectual. Helen did fold her napkin.
Now what in heaven's name is so extraordinary about folding a napkin?
Well, it's more than you ever did, Captain.
Kitty, I did not bring you all the way out here to the garden house to be frivolous. Now, how do you propose Miss Sullivan teach a blind deaf pupil?
I don't know.
Fact is, today she scuttled away any chance of her getting along with the child. If you see any point of purpose of her going on anymore, it's more than...
What do you wish me to do?
Give her notice.
I can't.
Then if you won't, I must. I simply will not have a talent. Miss Sullivan.
Captain Keller, Viney said I'd find you both here, in the garden house. Thought we should have a talk.
Yes, well, come in. Okay.
Captain.
I first wanted to make my position clear to Mrs. Keller here in private. I have decided I am not satisfied. In fact, I am deeply dissatisfied in the manner in which things have been...
Excuse me. Is this little house ever in use?
In the hunting season. Now, if you will give me your attention, I have tried to make allowances for you because you come from a part of the country where people, or women, I should say, come from whom Allowances must be made, nevertheless, I have decided, nevertheless, Miss Sullivan, I find it difficult to talk through those glasses.
Oh, of course.
Why do you wear them? The sun's been down for nearly an hour.
Any kind of light hurts my eyes.
Put them back on, Miss Sullivan. I've decided to give you another chance.
To do what?
To remain in our employ under two conditions. I am not accustomed in rudeness in servants or in women. If you are to stay, there must be a radical change in manner.
Whose?
Why, yours, young lady. Isn't that obvious? And the second is that you persuade that there's any chance or hope of you teaching a blind deaf child who flees from you like the plague to anyone else she can find in that house.
There isn't.
What, Miss Annie?
It's hopeless here. I can't teach a child who runs away.
Then do I understand you
If
propose?
we all agree it's hopeless,
Miss Annie, I think perhaps you underestimated Helen.
I think everybody else here does.
She folded her napkin. She learns. Did you know that she began to speak when she was only 6 months old? She could say water. Not really. Wawa, but she meant water. She knew what it meant. And only at 6 months, I've never seen a child so bright, so outgoing. It's still in her somewhere, isn't it? You should have seen it before her illness. Such a good-tempered child.
She's changed.
But I'm with it, Miss Annie. And with us.
Us?
Please. Like the lost lamb of the parable, I love her all the more.
Mrs. Keller, I don't think Helen's worst handicap is deafness or blindness. I think it is your love and pity.
Now what's that supposed to mean?
All of you are so sorry for her. You give her like a pet, or even a dog you house break. It's useless for me to try to teach her language or anything else here. I might as well.
Miss Annie, before you came, we spoke of putting her in an asylum.
What kind of asylum?
For mental defectives.
I visited there. I can't tell you what I saw. People like animals and rats in the halls. What else are we to do if you give up?
Give up?
You said it was hopeless.
Here. Give up? Why? I only today saw what needs to be done to begin. The one complete charge of her.
You already had that. It has resulted in.
Oh, I mean day and night. She has to be dependent on me.
For what?
Everything. The food she eats, the clothes she wears, fresh air is the very air she breathes. Whatever her body needs, privacy teacher out of. And one who gives it to her should be her teacher. Not anyone who loves her. There's so many feelings, they follow each other like feet. You won't get your chances, and you won't get your chances, and you won't let me.
But what if she runs from you? To us?
Yes, that's the point. I'll have to live with her somewhere else.
What?
Till she learns to depend on and listen to me.
For how long?
As long as it takes. I've packed half my things already.
Miss Sullivan.
Captain Keller meets both her conditions. It's the one way I can get back in touch with Helen. I don't stand to be rude again if you're not around to interfere with me.
And what is your intention if I say no? Pack the other half for home and abandon your charge to the...
The asylum. I grew up in such an asylum. The St. Olm's house. Rats. Why? My brother Jimmy and I used to play with the rats because we didn't have toys. Maybe you'd like to know what Helen would find there. Not her miserable days. One ward is for the old women, crippled, blind, most of them dying. But even what they had was catching. There's nowhere else to move them, and that's where they put us. The young ones across the hall, prostitutes mostly, with TB and epileptic fits, and a couple of kind who keep after the girls, especially young ones. And some insane, some just had the DTs. The youngers from another ward had babies they didn't want. They started at 13, 14, they leave afterwards, but the babies stayed. And we played with them too. Both of them had sores, all over, from diseases you're not supposed to talk about. The first year we had 80. 70 died. The room Jimmy and I played in was a dead house, where they kept the bodies until they could dig,
Oh, my dear.
the graves. No. It made me strong. I I don't think you need to send Helen there. She's strong enough. No, I have no conditions, Captain Keller.
Miss Annie,
Yes?
where would you take Helen?
Oh, Italy?
What?
Haven't done everything. How with this garden house to furnish it? Bring Helen here after long rides so she will recognize it. You can see every day if she doesn't know. Well,
Is that all?
that's all.
Captain, with your permission,
Now, why do you need control of the food?
I want to control it.
Why?
It's a way to reach her.
You intend to starve her into letting you touch her?
She won't starve, she'll learn. All's fair in love and war, Captain Keller. She never cut supplies.
This is hardly a war.
Well, it's not love. A siege is a siege.
Miss Sullivan, do you like the child?
if we could keep a servant here.
We'll have enough work without looking after a servant. But that boy, Percy, he can sleep here, whatever it is.
I think Percy could stay here, Captain.
Some old furniture all our own.
Captain, would the walnut bedstead in the barn be too?
I have not yet consented to Percy, or to the house, or to the proposal, or to Miss Sullivan staying on from when I... Farewell, I consent to everything. For 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and it'll be a miracle if you can get the child to tolerate you.
2 weeks? Miss Annie, can you accomplish anything in 2 weeks?
2 weeks or not, anything or not, the child comes back to us. Make up your mind, Miss Sullivan, yes or no.
2 weeks. For only one miracle. Get her to tolerate me.
You can't think as little of as you said, or you wouldn't stay.
I didn't come for love. I came for money. A. It's the first of many. 26. I've always wanted to live in a doll's house.
You don't let go of things easily, do you? How are you supposed to win her hand now? In this place.
Do I know? I lost my temper and here we are.
No touching, no teaching. Of course, you are bigger.
I'm not counting on force. I'm counting on her. And the limb is dying to know.
Know what?
Anything. Any and every coming of God's creation. I'll have to use that appetite too.
Maybe she'll teach you too.
Of course.
That there isn't. That there's such a thing as dullness of heart. Acceptance. Letting things go. Sooner or later we all give up. Don't we?
You all do. It's my idea of the original sin.
What?
Giving up.
You won't open her. Why can't you let her be? Have some pity on her for what she is.
If I ever once felt like that, I'd be dead.
Will be. Why trouble? Or will you teach me?
Does she know where she is?
We rode out in the country for 2 hours.
For all she knows, she could be in a different state by now.
That's a sign for me.
I know. 2 weeks.
Miss Annie, very good to her.
I will. 2 weeks. What did I get myself into now?
I can't understand it. I had every intention of dismissing that girl, and I set her up like an empress.
Yes. What is her secret, sir?
Secret?
That enables her to get anything she wants out of it. When I can't.
She does not get anything she wants!
Don't!
Captain.
He's afraid. What does he want out of me?
My God, don't you know everything you forgot when you forgot my mother?
One thing that girl's secret is not, is she does not fire one shot and disappear. Katie, do not mind me.
Captain, I'm proud of you.
For what?
For letting this girl have what she needs.
Why can't my son be? He can't stand me. You think I treat her as hard as the girl does Helen.
Perhaps you do.
But he has to learn some respect.
Do you like the child? How empty the house is tonight.
Will touch you. How do I... Percy, wake up. Get out of bed. I need you. Percy, you awake?
No, ma'am.
How would you like to play a nice game?
What?
With Helen. She's over there behind the rock. Touch her hand.
Let me go! She can't talk, she's gonna hit me!
She can talk, she'll only move. I'll show you how she makes letters. This one is C. C. She's mad at me now, though. She won't play. She knows lots of letters. Here's another. A. C. A. C. A. C. C. A. K. E. She spells cake. She gets cake. Isn't it funny how she knows? But does it know she knows? Fine. I'll teach Percy a new word. How would you like to learn one she doesn't know?
No, ma'am.
M-I-N-K. M is this. I, that's an easy one. Just a little finger. N-K. No. Why should I talk to you? I'm teaching Percy a new word. M-K. Oh, jealous are you? All right. Good. So I'm finally back to where I can touch you. Touch and go. A little lost, but here we go. Go to bed now. You've earned your sleep. Thank you. W-A-T-E-R. It has a name. Egg. E-G-G. It has a name. The name stands for the thing. Oh, it's so simple. Simple as words to explain. Helen. Helen, she has been in the shell some time. You come out too. There's only one way out for you. It's language. To learn that your fingers can talk and say anything. Anything you can name. This is mug. M-U-G. Mug. Helen, it has a name. It has a name.
You haven't eaten, Katie?
I haven't the appetite. I can't. I'm too restless.
You should eat, my dear. It'll be a long day waiting.
But it's been a short 2 weeks. Never thought life would be so noiseless. Went much too quickly for me.
C-A-R-D. Card. C-A.
Well, the house has been practically normal, hasn't it?
Jimmy.
Is it wrong to enjoy a quiet breakfast after 5 years? And even you two seem to enjoy each other.
It would be even more quiet if you didn't run your tongue every minute. Now, haven't you enough feeling to imagine what Katie has undergone?
Captain, it's true. These 2 weeks have been normal, quiet, all you say, but not short, interminable.
W-A-T-E-R, but it means this. W-A-T-E-R, this. W-A-T.
I only meant that Miss Sullivan was a blessing. Of contention, though, it seems.
If and when you're a parent, Jimmy, you'll understand what separation means. A mother loses a protector. Well, we don't just keep our children safe, they keep us safe. There are, of course, many kinds of separation. Katie has lived with one for 5 years, and another is disappointment in a child.
I feel every day more and more inadequate.
Kate, I'm sorry. Open my mouth, like that fairy tale, a frog jumps out.
No, it hasn't been for everyone.
If only there was someone to help me. I need a teacher as much as Helen.
Kate, what does he want from me?
That's not the question, Jimmy. Stand up to the world. That comes first.
The world is him.
Yes, but no one can do it for you.
Kate, at least could you be my friend?
I am.
My mind is unlistened. It skips and jumps and disinterested, disjoin. What a dictionary. Have to know how to spell it before looking up how to spell it. Disciple, discipline, undisciplined.
What are you doing to your eyes?
Oh, it's worse than my vanity. I'm learning to spell.
You're not to overwork your eyes, Miss Annie.
Well, whenever I spell to Helen, I better spell right.
How serene she is.
She learned this yesterday. Now I can't get her to stop. Such a little lady. She'd sooner starve than eat with her fingers.
You've taught us so much these 2 weeks. I would have never had.
No, not enough. Obedience. isn't enough. Well, she learned 2 nouns this morning. Key, water. Brings her up to 18 nouns and 3 verbs.
But not that.
No. Not that they mean things. Still a finger game. No meaning. Mrs. Keller. Should we play our finger game?
But how will she learn it?
It will come.
How?
How does a bird learn to fly? We're born to use words. Like wings, it has to come.
How?
All right. I don't know how. I've done everything I could think of. Whatever she's learned here. Keeping herself clean. Knitting. Stringing bees. Setting up exercises each morning. We climb trees. Hunt eggs. Yesterday a chick was born in her hands. Everything. Everything we do. Both I spell. I go to bed with writer's cramp from talking so much.
I'm worried about you, Miss Annie. You must rest.
Now, she spells back in her sleep. Her fingers make letters when she doesn't know. And those hands, those bones ache to speak out. But something inside is asleep. How do I nudge that awake? That's the one question.
With no answer.
Except, keep at it. Like this.
More time?
Spell it.
Because I can't.
Spell it. If she ever learned, the last tell her. Start now.
Miss Sullivan, on my way back to the office, I brought home the plane.
Outside, please, Captain Keller.
My dear child, the 2 weeks are up today. Surely you do not object to.
They're not up until 6 o'clock.
What good will a fraction of a day do for
An agreement is an agreement. Been very good so far. I'm sure you can keep it up for a few more hours.
Sullivan, you are a talent.
Likewise. Stand there and close the door if she comes.
Miss Annie, I don't think you understand how eager we ought to have her back in our arms.
I do know. It's my main worry.
It's like expecting a new child in the house. She is so contented. You've done wonders for her, Miss Sullivan.
Have I?
If there's anything you would like in repayment, it'll be a
I
privilege
just
for
told Mrs. Keller. I want more time.
Miss Annie.
Another week.
We missed the child. I miss her. I'm glad to say that's a different debt I owe you.
Pay it to Helen. Give her another week.
But doesn't she miss us?
Well, of course she does. What a wrench this unexplainable exile must be to her. Can you say it's not?
But I
Doesn't she need affection too, Miss Annie?
She won't show me she needs it. She won't have any caressing or...
But you're not her mother.
And what good would another week accomplish? You've done more for her than we could in all the years you've taught her constructive behavior, how to look like, even act like an own child. So manageable, cleaner, and so very much...
Cleaner?
Well, we do say cleanliness is next to God.
Cleanliness is next to nothing. She has to learn that things have names. That words can be her eyes to everything in the world, outside and inside her too. What is she without words? With them she can think, have ideas, be reached. There's not a thought of back in the world that can't be hers. Publish a newspaper, Captain Keller. Doesn't tell you what words are. She has them already. 18 nouns and 3 verbs. They're in her fingers now. I need only time to push one of them into her mind. One and everything under the sun will follow. Don't you see what she's learned here? It's only clearing the way for that. And I can't risk her learning it. More time alone with her, another week to just...
Look, what's she spelling?
Water?
Teaching the doll to spell. The doll doesn't know what she means any more than she knows what you mean. I think you ask too much of her, and of yourself. God may not have wished her to have the eyes you speak of.
I need her too.
What's it to you? You make us see how we indulge her for our sake. Is the opposite not true for you?
Half a week.
An agreement is an agreement.
Mrs. Keller.
I want her back.
I'll send Vanya over to help you pack.
Not until 6 o'clock. I have until 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Come, Katie.
O-G. Dog, not water. Here, water, water. I don't know how to tell you, but a soul in the world knows how to. Helen. Oh, yes, what's it to me? Give them back their child, house broken, everyone's satisfied with you and me. Reach, reach. I wanted to teach you. Oh, everything there is full of Helen. Everything that's on for hours in the wink and is gone. And the light we bring to it, and leave behind in words. I can see 5,000 years back in the light of words. Everything we feel, think, know, and share in words. So that our souls and darkness are done with, even in the graves. And I know one word I put the whole world in your hand. But how? How do I tell you that this means this thing, and this thing means wool? For this stool, S-T-O-O-L, stool, napkin, dress, face, F-A-C-E, face, mother, M-O-T-H-E-R, mother, M-O.
Let her come!
You said we'd be together forever. You promised. Forever and you.
That battle is said and done with. Why not let it stay buried?
I think God was only a resurrection.
What?
For I, O God, Lord.
Forever and ever. Forever and ever and forever and ever and ever.
Miss Sullivan, I've been meaning to give you this.
What?
Your first month's salary, with many more to come, I trust. It doesn't express what we owe to you for what you have done.
What have I done?
Given us a child back from a wild thing.
I taught her one thing. No, don't do this, don't do that.
It's more than we could in all the years we've
I
tried.
wanted to teach her language. I wanted to teach her yes.
You will have time.
I don't know how. I know that to obey is no gift. Obedience without understanding is a blind too. It's all a wish upon her.
No.
Maybe. I don't know what else to do. Simply go on, have faith that she's waiting, like water underground. All I can do is keep on.
It's enough for us.
You can help, Captain Keller.
How?
You've learned to know has been a cause so much trouble and pain. Don't undo it.
Why should we wish to undo what you have
And the world is an easy place for anyone. To let her have her way and everything is live to her. And I can't. I don't even love her. She's not my child. Well, I've got to stand between that lie and her. Because I will, as long as she lets me stay.
Agreed. We've learned something too, I hope. Now, will you come back to supper?
Yes. Why doesn't God pay us cents each month?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, nothing. I used to wonder how I could earn a living.
Oh, you do?
I really do. And the question is, can I survive it?
Ma'am?
face, Jimmy.
And Jacob was left alone and wrestled with an angel until the breaking of the day. And Jacob said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. Amen. Oh, you angel.
That's a very strange grace, James.
Will you start the muffin, Seth?
It's from the good, isn't it?
Well, of course it is. Didn't you know?
Yes, I knew.
Ham stand?
Please. Then why ask?
I meant that it is from the good book, and therefore makes a fitting grace.
Well, I don't know about that.
Miss Annie?
There's plenty of things from the good book I would have cared here just before eating.
Well, fitting in the sense that Jacob's style is actual. So is this piggy's.
I declare, James.
Pickles on egg?
Oh, I should say so. You know my opinion of your pickles.
This is the last of them, I'm afraid. I didn't put up nearly enough last summer. This year, I intend to.
Reverend came into the office complaining that his hens had stopped laying. Poor fellow, he was all out of joint.
I always suspected those hens.
Oh, what?
I think they're papists. Has he tried to...
James, now you're pulling my lower extremity.
Miss Annie?
No!
Please, it's a very special day.
It will be when I get into that.
I've hardly the chance to welcome her home.
Captain Keller!
Hey, we've had a discussion earlier. We feel if we indulge Helen these next few days.
But what's the child done? She's learned to begin throwing. It's the better part of 2 weeks. But it's only a napkin. It's not as if it were breakable. And everything she's learned is, Mrs. Keller, I don't think we should be playing to worth her. Either let me have her or you keep her from picking.
What do you wish to do?
Let me take her from the table. Oh, let her stay. She's only a child. She doesn't have to use the napkin. And ask the outsiders not to interfere. Outsider! Outsider! I'm the child. Oh!
Miss Annie, well, this wounds hurt so much. I've made all of Helen's favorite foods tonight.
It's a homecoming party, Miss Annie.
She's testing you. You realize?
She's testing you.
Jimmy.
Mrs. Keller, teaching her is bound and hateful. I know it hurts to watch, but you will look just what you meant for her. Nothing more.
Take her, Miss Annie.
Thank you.
Miss Helen, I'm afraid you're the difficulty. Now, I'll keep her to what she's learned. You're right there. However, I don't see the need for sending her from the table. She's the guest of honor. Now, please, would you please bring back her plate?
She was a seeing child, not even tolerate 1 minute of this.
Well, she's not. So I believe a compromise is in order. There. It's not unnatural. Sometimes we take our versions from our teachers and other hands can smooth things out. Very well. Can we start over?
I think we started all over at normal.
Don't get up.
Where are you going?
Don't smooth anything out for me. Don't interfere anyway. I treat her like a seeing child because I asked her to see. I expect her to see. Don't undo what I do.
Where are you taking her?
To make her refill this pitcher. You gotta speak to you like that, Arthur. A preacher who works for you.
No, I don't. Let her go. What?
I said, let her go. She's right. She's right. Kate's right. I'm right. And you're wrong. If you drive her away from here, it'll be over my dead chair. Have you ever thought that on one occasion you might be consummately wrong?
Well, everyone please sit down. Jimmy, won't you please sit down?
All right? Pop. No, she's not here. Now pop. W-A-T-E-R. Water. It has a name. W-A-T-E-R. Water. Mother. Papa. She knows. Teacher. Teacher. I love